So recently I started my Obs and Gynae placement, which is pretty much just like women's health, like pregnant women, like looking after their babies, like giving birth and stuff. And I've never had such an interesting set of placements. Like, I'm on placement almost every day, so I see quite a lot during the week, and I thought it'd be really cool to like film a video of like some of the interesting things I've seen. That is what this video is going to be. I'm going to call it, like, I've been thinking like placement diaries. I don't know if that's cringe or not, or like, anyway, yeah, this video is just going to be like a mix of just stuff I've seen. Obviously, like, all confidential, like there's no patient information in this video. It's just like all anonymous stuff. Let me tell you about the time where I helped deliver a baby. So on this was like 2 days ago actually. Like recently, basically, I was on my placement for the morning to watch some C-sections. So I was with this consultant who does C-sections like all the time. Like, it's her bread and butter. Like, she knows how to do it like blindfolded, I'm pretty sure. I was with her, and normally, so the thing is, I've been in theatres watching surgeries like a bunch of times, but normally I'm always in the background, like not doing anything. As a student, like, you don't really know how to do much. Obviously surgery is very complicated, so there's not much you can do anyway. So normally I'm just like in the corner, like watching from a distance. I can't really see that much because like all the surgeons are like crowding around, like you can't see very much. But this consultant was so nice, and she was like, you should come in, like you should scrub in, wear all the like the sterile equipment, and like help us do the surgery. I was so surprised that she even like wanted me to do it, because I feel like I've been in 4 or 5 different surgeries, and none of them ever like offered to help me like join, or like none of them wanted me to join. I don't know. Anyway, so I've scrubbed in. I did it completely wrong. Like, you're meant to wash your hands in like a proper technique, so it's like really clean. I've been taught it before, but I was taught it like months ago, so I'd forgotten all of it. Also, then when she was like watching me do it, she was like, you know, you're meant to do it like this, and oh, you've not opened that properly, that's not sterile anymore. So it wasn't off to a good start, but I was in my little gown equipment thing. I'll put a picture up of what I like would have looked like. Yeah, I was with this consultant and like her I think it's called a registrar, so someone who's like training to be a consultant, and they were like doing the surgery, obviously cutting open like the pregnant woman's stomach to get the baby out. There was a point in the surgery, like, I'm not even joking, they were literally like got this woman's stomach and ripped it open. Like, I was like, is this what you're supposed to do? Like, is this the technique, like rip it open? I didn't ask them, but I was like, because the woman as well, the woman having the surgery, the pregnant woman, she's awake. Like, she's not like unconscious. Like, she can hear our conversation. Like, she's responding to our questions. I remember someone asked her like, oh, do you know the gender of the baby? Like, have you got a name ready? And she was responding as she was lying down in the surgery. Anyway, then yeah, they were like ripping open certain parts using like some of the little knives. They were like there's lots of layers, and they were like quizzing me as they went along. We eventually got to like the amniotic sac, like where the baby's in, and like the fluid, like that's that part, and it like they got me to open it and it gushed everywhere. I was like, sometimes in surgery you wear like protective like a visor to stop any fluid, but we weren't, and we probably should have been. But I got to cut the umbilical cord as well, and that was so cool. But I didn't expect it to squirt everywhere, but it did. Like, I cut it just quickly thinking like, oh, it'll be fine, and it squirted all over the consultant. I was like, oops. It was really cool. The consultant and her colleague, they like got the baby out and like delivered it. It was a baby boy. The mum knew it was going to be a boy, and then yeah, do you know, I'm not even joking, it was so quick. Like, you think C-section, you think that's complicated, that's going to take ages. I'm not even joking, it took 10 minutes to get the baby out. Within like doing the first cut open and the baby is out, it was 10 minutes. It was so, if not less than that, it was so quick. Yeah, it was over really quick. It took longer to kind of stitch it back up and like close the wound, check that there's nothing left behind. It took longer to do all of that. But yeah, once the baby was out, I got to deliver the placenta, which was, I didn't even know I didn't know what to expect. I just showed up on the day thinking, I'm gonna stand in the corner again, try and get a good view, not see anything. And then I ended up like doing so much. Yeah, I delivered the placenta, cut the umbilical cord. So you have to like wiggle the cord out, and then when the placenta was there, you had to like grab onto the placenta and like twist it out. I don't know how to explain it, but like I had to like twist, and it was so slimy, and like it was covered in blood, and it was, yeah, it was cool, but it was also like, oh. And then yeah, placenta was out. It was like all intact as well. So another thing is like when you give birth, not just C-section, but even like normally, you have to make sure that the whole placenta is like intact. It's not cut open, there's not like a tiny bit ripped off or like some of it is still inside. Like you have to make sure it's all out, and it was all out, so I did it properly, which was, thank God. Because another thing was like, this woman, I have everything that I'm doing, I have to do it well, because like she's obviously like a real person, like giving birth. I can't give her any like issues or complications. After that, it was just like stitching it back up. It was so quick, honestly. Like I couldn't believe how quick it was. But then what happened was, I think, so we were probably stitching the uterus, or like the womb. We were stitching that back up. I say we, I wasn't doing anything, I was watching them do it, but they were stitching it back up, and I was just stood there like handing them some stuff. And it was so hot in the theatre. Like I can't, it's so weird because I'm not normally hot in surgery. Like normally I'm freezing cold, but in this one, I think because I had like a full-on suit, outfit, gloves, like face mask as well, and you had like some lights, so obviously you can like see really well. There was like some lights as well, and I was stood right under the lights, so I think all of that just made me super duper warm. And I had breakfast, but I hadn't drank much water, so I was a bit dehydrated. So then I basically started to get dizzy. I did start to feel a bit faint, but as soon as I was like, oh, this is getting a bit much, I just said like, oh, can I step out? I don't think I can carry on. If I didn't step out there and then, I would have collapsed in the middle of that surgery, and I don't know what would have happened. I'm so lucky because I actually had a bottle of water with me like just outside, and I had a like, you know those small Haribo packets, like the tiny ones. I had one of those in my pocket, so I just quickly ate that, and I felt much better after I'd had like a drink of water and eaten those. And then we had we had like a 30-minute break. So while that woman, like, she's got her baby, she goes out, has some checks, and then like they're getting the new woman in for the next C-section. So the consultant and the surgery people, they had like a break, some like coffees, like you have like a biscuit or whatever. So yeah, I was sat with them because I was with them for the morning, and one of the consultants like was reaching over for something. Keep in mind, she has like a cup of tea next to her. She reaches over to grab something, and then she spills her tea on me. She was like, oh, are you okay? Are you okay? Is it hot? If you burn? And I was trying to be like, yeah, I'm fine. You know, in like your face tells a different story. Like it was piping hot. Like it was very, very hot. Thankfully I had like, obviously I had clothes on, so I think the clothes probably helped out a bit. And then yeah, 10 minutes after that we were back in for the next surgery. I scrubbed in, better technique this time. I did properly wash my hands, and like, because it's not just like normal washing your hands, you have to wash all the way to your elbow, and when you dry it, you have to like dry it from top to bottom, and like even when you run water over it, you have to do like, it's a weird technique. Yeah, that was the second C-section. It was I think once you've done it once, you know what to expect for the next one. So the one after that was easier and quicker. So that was my first C-section. No, I'm lying, that wasn't my first C-section. It was a full circle moment, because my first ever C-section was when I was on my work experience. So when I was in year 12, I got work experience on like a baby ward, like a neonatal ward, and I remember that was actually the first C-section I watched. And I remember like back in the day, like way back then, I remember watching it and being like, oh, this is so cool, like I'm in surgery. I didn't get to see much back then because I was only 16, and you can't do much at all in the surgery when you're 16, but I remember like just watching it and thinking, oh, this is so cool. And I was thinking like, oh, I'm gonna talk about this in my personal statement. And it was just, I remember being there like 2 days ago when I was doing the one recently. I was like, oh, this is literally what I was doing before, but from like a different point of view. Like instead of just being stood in the corner like I was when I was 16, I'm now actually like helping the surgeons and like helping the consultants. It was really, really cool. It's like a full circle moment. To be fair, I've got some interesting stories that I've seen from like A&E and stuff, or like when I was on like different wards. So yeah, I might try and like remember some stuff from those placements and make like videos about that. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a great day and a great week, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.